We got a great day for this. Almost nobody here. Nice empty range. So we are repeating the test, but this time I'm going to let it cool off between sets. It's not hot. Currently it's completely cold. Has not been cleaned though. Has not been cleaned since the hot test. Not even wiped out. So if we have any malfunctions, not really the rifle's fault. It is pretty dirty. But we're going to start with the M855 PPU. Sorry, no. This is the, PPU. And just going to make sure we're sighted in. I did make some adjustments since the bulk of the groups seemed to be a little high and left or high and right. I dropped it down and left a little bit. I just want to make sure we're good. And we did know from previous tests that it does drop just a little between cold bore and not cold. So I just want to make sure we're at least past that and we're settled into a more normal point of aim. 100 yards again. It is empty here on the range, other than some condors apparently. That is a really big bird that was flying over there. Like it looked like a small plane. In fact, never mind, it was a small plane. There's an airport over there. He was just really, really low. I don't know, that was kind of bizarre. Anyway, we are gonna do most of what I tested in the last set, which was the hot test. Not all of them. I'm focused on the ones that I thought were worthwhile, and the PPU M855 as a baseline. So we're doing the Tula, the PPU Match, the PPU M855, and then the 3 Hornadies. And we will see what we get. I think that I will be perfectly happy if we're for the better ammo in the 1.5 inch mark. I think that is a good position to be in for a barrel like this. This is not a match grade barrel. This isn't a competition barrel. At 100 yards, if you're in that world, that's about as good as you need. Anything past that, you're spending money on accuracy you're never actually going to use. When you're running and gunning for competition, if you're shooting in the field for hunting, you're not sitting down at a bench in this, ideal circumstances. It's probably not the almost dead calm I've got right now. Real world. I like match grade accuracy. I like precision barrels, but that's not what we're going for here. So let's see what we can get. We're going to do this one for score, and it's going in the top left of my orange grid targets. We are going to do, in fact, let's do the 75 grain PPU, because if this one's also low, I want to lift that up before I do the Tula, because the Tula is going to be lower, and I don't want to start dipping off my individual target for that group. There we go, that ends open. So this is the top right target now. I'm just putting that in there so when we're looking at the paper later, I've got them written down on this paper, but not on that paper. I'll put them in later. That looks really damn good. Okay, I'm not gonna move it, and we're gonna do the Tula. One nice thing about light barrels, they cool off fast too. Okay, so we went with a voiceover here because it starts to get loud. We're going to use the WWSD Match, which we did 2 groups on last time. So I basically am using up the last of it this time. And here we go. Okay, we're going to do Super Performance Match and then GMX. I'm probably going to voice over the rest of this because got other people here shooting. That was me. I don't know where it went, but it wasn't a great shot.
Same target, different target.
Yeah, I yanked it left. Okay, folks, so that was it. Real quick. I gotta say, I was pretty impressed. I wish I hadn't shanked a couple shots. Um, eh, I'm not 100% convinced the second shot that was bad on the GMX was entirely my fault, but it is what it is. I mean, that is life. The setup itself was not as great as I would have liked. A lot of the vertical stringing you're seeing, I'm somewhat putting that down to the setup. It wasn't super stable like it should have been. That bench is tilted in such a way that I couldn't get my rest low enough or the bag high enough. So I was kind of supplementing the bag with my hand, and that isn't the best setup. So, I mean, don't take this as this is the absolute best that setup can do. Mechanically, I'm guessing it is a bit better than that. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, those results are absolutely better than needed, better than really expected at that price point in a pencil barrel. If it was a match grade barrel, I'd be disappointed. If it was a general purpose, M4 profile barrel, I'd be perfectly happy. As it is, it's super light, not expensive, and why would I not be thrilled with that? In particular, let's talk about this. Tula and PPU 75 shot great. I mean, freaking outstanding. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Tula is not going to be confused with match grade ammo. But if the match is, 3-gun or 2-gun, that's, I mean, absolutely doable. If you don't shoot somewhere where they like to throw out, small plates at 300 yards, that's perfectly doable. I mean, if you're talking a 6-inch gong at 300 yards, okay, you need better ammo. But otherwise, great. So there it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. It's useful to somebody. I certainly found it useful. I am definitely getting more of that PPU 75. I think at the price point, it's hard to beat. And now I don't worry about getting more of the Tula. It's not something I'm going to use a lot of, but certainly for teaching somebody else the newbie stuff of an AR-15, I can't really load cheaper than I can buy Tula. Theoretically, I could, but by the time I put it in the work of redoing brass, I might as well use it for better ammo. And my time has value to me. Tula is like $18 per 100 right now. So that is all. Take care, have fun, stay safe, y'all. Say hi. Oof. Oof. Oof.